Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Pain in the Grass, the concert event of the galaxy. Yeah! It is back. Tuesday, July 30th, Friday, August 2nd, Saturday, August 3rd. Yes, people from Alpha Centauri are going to be coming to this joint. Yeah, it's going to be good. I mean, what a hell of a show at White River Amphitheater. 3 big days for Pain in the Grass. Slipknot, Disturbed, Rob Zombie, Marilyn Manson, Volbeat. Lots of great local bands that are just tearing up the joint. I mean, this is really, if you're a fan of rock, you are a fan of this.
Superfected's going to be there, Pound, also System 7, a bunch of other great local bands as well.
It's too bad we couldn't get Cake to show up, and we'd have Pound and Cake. It'd be a great show. Just saying. Why wouldn't that be a good show, Steve?
It'd be a great show.
Pound Cake. Yeah, Pound Cake.
They need to go on tour together.
They really, really do. They surely do.
And they both sound so much alike.
Yeah,
oh, God,
do.
Yeah, right?
Tickets are on sale right now. LiveNation.com. $2 from each ticket sold, benefiting the Vitology Foundation. That supports a lot of great local charities. You want more info about Pain in the Grass? It's going to be huge. It's going to be awesome. Go to KISW.com.
Let's play Beat Mix.
It's time to play the game. So everybody scream his name. Beat Mix. Don't be a loser. Whoa. Beat Mix. You're a loser.
It is time to beat Mix. And it's time to maybe whack him instead. It's Whackin' Wednesday.
Let me see everybody do their Mr. Wacky then.
All right.
Woo! Waving your hands in the air.
Like you don't care.
Yeah, just like that.
Yeah.
Let's get to our contestant today. We've got Kyle in Puyallup. Kyle, are you there, sir?
Yeah.
Excellent. What's he playing for today, Steve? Tickets to check out Ghost. They're going to be over at WAMU Theater on September 19th. Go to KISW.com for all the details. If you want to see Ghost, you can get your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. All right, Steve, get out of here. Ooh, spooky. For those playing at home, Kyle will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Kyle, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Let's do this.
Neil Patrick Harris got his first major starring role in 1989 with what show?
Patrick Harris. Pass on that one.
Wyoming was the first state to allow women to do what?
Vote?
Yes. What is the capital of Idaho?
Capital of Idaho. Pass.
In what organ of the human body would you find the bronchi?
The throat?
No.
The stomach?
No.
The brain?
No. Which band's songs are used in the Vegas, Miami, and New York editions of CSI?
Which band song?
Yeah, which band?
I'm not sure. Pass on that one.
Legendary jazz musician Edward Ellington went by what nickname? Well, he got a 1 on the Dakota scale.
Yeah.
You got one correct, yeah.
Boy, oh boy. He in Dakota.
Contender there, yeah.
I got to do a trivia night with these guys.
Oh,
I really do.
Yeah, against them, being on the opposite team.
Kyle, do you want to stay on the line, or do we know how this is going to end? We save your cell phone bill. What do you think?
Don't call us, Kyle. We'll call you.
Bye.
Bye, Kyle.
Bye, Kyle.
Yeah.
Nice to see you. I will call you back if somehow there's a miracle. And
I mean, yeah. Take a big miracle there.
I like Kyle, though. You know what? He had a good attitude. considering what he brought to the table.
Hey, Steve.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Oh, yeah!
It's going to be a tough one. Neil Patrick Harris got his first major starring role in 1989 with
Doogie
what
Howser.
show? Yes. Wyoming was the first state to allow women to do what?
Speak.
No. Wow.
Kidding. Vote.
Yes.
And you win, Steve. Congratulations.
What is the capital of Idaho?
Ooh, potato.
No.
Potato.
Oh, isn't it Idaho?
Yes.
I don't even know anywhere in Idaho. Idaho City?
No.
Idaho Falls.
Wow, no.
Wow.
In what organ?
Cleveland.
No. That's it. In what organ of the human body would you find the bronchi?
Ooh, the heart.
No.
The liver.
No.
The lungs.
Yes.
Nice.
Which band's songs are used in the Vegas, Miami, and New York editions of CSI?
The Who.
Yes. Legendary jazz musician Edward Ellington went by what nickname?
Duke.
Yes. A baseball field is referred to as what four-sided object?
Diamond.
Yes. Diamond. Michael Scott is a character from what NBC show?
Michael Scott is from The Office.
Yes. What was the title of the last full-length album released by Guns N' Roses?
Ooh, Chinese Democracy.
Yes. How many strings are there on a standard violin?
4.
Yes. And
Nice.
Steve, you win 9-1.
Good job, buddy. It's like a Mariners game.
Steve cranking out those home runs.
Call me D. Gordon.
Woo! Do it.
All right, D. Gordon.
He puts the D in defense.
But you got 9 correct. Congratulations. You missed the capital of Idaho.
Can you think of you can't think of the biggest city in Idaho, really?
Any city in Idaho?
How
I
about
honestly am having
begins
a
with a
math-
B.
Billings.
Boy,
No, that's Montana.
boy,
No. Boychuk.
Boychuk?
Yeah. Boise.
There we go. There you go, buddy.
Damn, I forgot that one.
Poor Idaho, man. If you can't think of Boise, then yeah, what is Idaho to anybody?
I had such a brain fart on that, man. I could not think of that.
You couldn't think of any city. Like you said, Idaho Falls, but it's Twin Falls. And then you said Idaho City because, sure, why not?
Yeah, let's go. I think there is an Idaho Falls somewhere, isn't there?
I don't know.
I
know about Twin Falls, but I don't know about an Idaho Falls.
I think I was in Twin Falls too at one point. Not a bad little joint.
One
Congratulations.
Texas says, if you're stupid, why do you call in a beat makes to prove it? Whoa. Did this guy not do well?
No. He
9-1, Steve.
He got Wyoming correct.
Uh-huh.
Which for the women voting thing, I think is pretty cool.
That's nice.
That's history.
Yeah.
I mean, what else are you going to guess on that one, though?
Dance.
Okay, besides dance.
Speak.
The
Drive.
forbidden dance. Drive.
Maybe. Yeah, no, I think vote is really the only logical one I was kind of
Fine.
hoping for. Like, I really didn't think they were these hard, but I mean,
Oh, Dakota chimed in. He says he got 7 right.
well, good job,
Whoa, Dakota.
Still would have lost, but at least
How
it was
many
a lot
did he
better.
get right?
One.
Just that one.
Just one.
Just got the women
that
voting.
one. Didn't get Doogie Howser. I mean, didn't get any other ones. At least he guessed 3 of them for the organ of the human body.
Vicky, Danny, do you remember Doogie Howser?
Only because I know Neil Patrick Harris.
Yeah.
That's the
so
only.
you
I
didn't
never
watch
watched
the show,
show.
huh?
Nope, I never watched it. Everyone references it.
How old was the loser guy?
How old was he? I think he was like 28.
Oh,
so
maybe that's
yeah,
why.
right around that same age.
Yeah.
He's not gonna like 89. He wasn't born yet, so that's when Doogie Howser came out.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah.
then I can understand why they wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well,
What a
congratulations.
fun show.
It was an all right show.
I thought it was better than all right.
All right.
Did you like it, BJ?
It's all right. Yeah, I wasn't. I mean, I wasn't. I can't. I would lie to you if I said it was a super Doogie. It was a cute idea.
We watched
and
it
I
a
watched
lot,
a couple
but, yeah.
episodes. I'm like, okay, I get this. The kid's a brilliant guy. And I'm
His friend was awesome.
Yeah, Max Casella, was that the actor?
Yeah, I don't know.
That played him?
Wow, no idea.
Yeah, 'cause
zero idea. I
I
didn't
didn't
know.
know it was all right, but I know every cast member
I
on the
didn't know
show.
he even had a friend.
Well, he showed up. He was like that. He was like a young My Cousin Vinny, that guy.
Yeah, he was like the comic relief.
Yeah, he was.
Janice from Friends is on there.
Oh, she was on Doogie Howser.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
So who was his friend, Vicky? Was it Max
That's
Casella?
Annoying
Janice.
laugh girl. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Chandler Bang.
Okay.
All right, then, yeah.
If this is
You're
gonna get
scaring Danny.
Don't do the voice.
You really are.
Yeah.
Good.
Hey,
Don't cry about it.
Congratulations, Steve. You wanted 9 correct. I'm leaving this room now.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, Vicky's getting rather aggressive.
Yeah.
Caller 9, you got tickets to go check out Ghost at the Wamu Theater in September. Caller number 9, 206-421-ROCK. 50,000 people recently took a BuzzFeed poll to find out how you shower because we go back and forth about showering habits, and apparently people, I mean, the fact that 50,000 people said yes to this, it must be a big topic for folks.
Well, how do you shower? You use water and soap, right, guys?
Oh, really? Oh,
That's
didn't
what
know
I
that.
do.
Yeah.
This is really a conversation on BuzzFeed.
It's more about, yes, like, well, you'd be surprised at all the different questions they ask. Like, do you shower in the morning, night, or both? And we've talked about this before. You're a night shower, right, Steve?
I'm a day shower, if that makes sense.
What time of day?
Middle of the day.
Yeah, well, see, I go to the gym, so I'll take a shower when I'm done with the gym.
That makes sense.
And then if I end up going home and like doing like something like playing music or going to wrestling training, of course I'm going to shower at night before I go to bed. But for the most part, it's like middle of the day, or on the weekends, it's early in the morning.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I've always been a morning shower, no matter what I do. I mean, unless I have to go out to an appearance where I'm going to be around people and in public, I go, all right, I better make sure I'm cool. But otherwise, I don't shower except in the day.
I don't have a set schedule for my showers. I just do it when I feel it.
Yeah, that's kind of how I am too. I usually try to do it at night because I hate having to get up to shower, but sometimes I end up passing out on the couch.
But doesn't it help wake you up, a shower? Because it helps me wake me up.
Yeah, well, it definitely helps me wake up. And also, it's just sometimes a nice hot shower just is soothing, and it makes me feel like, okay, I can go to work because I've comforted myself with a nice shower.
Have you ever taken a shower so long that you've noticed that the hot water is going away?
All the time.
Yeah,
it's not good.
That pisses my wife off.
My problem is, like, if I take a really hot shower in the morning, I have a hard time getting out. So it's like, I don't want to get out in the cold and, be naked and freezing. Like, I want to stay in the shower forever.
I have to take one in the morning because I sweat too much at night. So if I didn't take one,
how hot is your house?
It's pretty hot.
Why?
I don't know.
You have a house like an old person?
Do you have a 90-year-old living with you?
Yeah. No, I don't know. I always sweat a lot. So if I would come into work, you guys would smell my.
It may not be the house. It could just be Danny's a sweater.
Yeah.
What's the temperature at your house? Do you have a thermostat?
63.
63 and you're sweating?
Really? Dude, ours is like 68.
Whoa.
And it's cold as hell in our house.
Yeah, Danny's a sweater, man.
Yeah, you're just a sweater. Stop wearing Snuggies all the time.
I don't sleep naked.
Do you have a big comforter?
Not really, a blanket.
Do you have a large man that sleeps on top of you while you're in bed?
That is, That's it. He's got a furry on top of him. 28% of the people say, yeah, they do in the morning, but a lot of us pretty much, you're all doing it at nighttime. 43% are like Steve.
I'm a morning shower.
But
like it helps me to wake up.
1 in 4 people actually do both. They would like shower in the morning and the night. 2 showers a day.
There are many days that I have a couple showers in.
That's too many. That's too many. I mean, I've read articles. First of all, because we treat our water, it dries the hell out of our skin because of what we put in our water to make it so that we can drink it and stuff. And it's the same water that's flowing through our pipes. If you're showering twice a day, you're wrecking your skin. We're not supposed to be getting cleaned that much with the soap and everything. And yet you couldn't train us to not do it.
But there are sometimes when I'm doing something where I'm like, okay, I need a shower to freshen up.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, though, how many times a day?
Sometimes twice a day.
Yeah, they're saying no matter what you're doing. The scientists are saying that we're not supposed to have this kind of hygiene. If you think about it, back in colonial times or even earlier than that, there weren't showers, and we were born and we were okay. You know what I mean?
They died when they were in their 40s.
Yeah.
Huh?
No, they didn't.
Yes, 50s.
No, life expectancy was about the babies who died earlier, and that's what brought down the average. People still live to be in their 70s, you dolt.
Well, that's why. Listen,
my
Danny,
skin is not dry, so I'm all right, man.
Your skin is probably very dry. Everybody's skin is.
Yeah, touch his skin.
Here's what we don't know, and Bill Burr does great comedy on this because he's got an African American girlfriend, and it was a great bit that he does where he goes, I don't know what's wrong with you people, you're all ashy, and his girlfriend goes, are you adult? Everybody's ashy. You just see it more on us, but every human being is flaky, and then she scratches his arm, and his arm looks like it's just basically and it's because we're getting too dried out from all the showers we're taking.
Cool, man. You say that with your dirty ass. Keep thinking that.
Wait, do you guys not moisturize? You don't like rub oil or
I have some
lotion?
like shaving lotion crap that my wife makes me put on my face so I don't get too dry.
That's not your whole body, though.
Well, sometimes I'll put it around my body.
Oh my God. You said that like my body.
My body.
If you think I'm sexy.
But again, we never did that stuff either. It's because we're
cool.
too dried
You know what,
up.
BJ? That's what we do, though. So it's awesome that that's not what the scientists tell you to do, but that's what people do. Some people take 2 showers in a day. You can continue to be a dirty ass and not take 2 showers in a day.
Wow, look at this. This is some attitude.
Well, no, because after a while, I have to hear you talk about scientists. It's so annoying.
And it's like how things used to be. We used to, go number 2 outside. There's a lot of things we used to do, like die, because we didn't have, medicine or anything like that.
You know
We've evolved as creatures.
Listen,
You
Sally.
would not last 2 seconds out in nature.
First of all, I'm not talking about being out in nature. I'm just talking about the fact that we have been trained to do things that may not be good for us because we've just been doing it wrong.
Find me an obituary that says Beatrice died because she took too many showers in a day.
Okay, I can't talk to either one of you geniuses with these kind of retorts. There's no kind of retort to go.
What are your
well,
retorts? Scientists said this.
Scientists give you facts.
Show me this article.
Okay.
And what happens if
Dude, we never did it before. Then we started doing it.
Show me the article. If you want to be Mr. Scientist guy, I want to see this article.
All you got to do is look up.
No, you do it. You're the guy who constantly refers to it, and we never see this article.
I don't need to look it up because I believe it.
You make them ups.
They're not make them up.
Look, scientists say that BJ should talk less.
All right. I
know many scientists.
I think a lot of people would agree with that, whether they're scientists or not.
You and your scientists make them ups.
Just because I happen to read more than you and Scrapbook Von Moron over there doesn't mean that it's not true.
Just because you read a ton of comic books does not mean you read a lot more.
Comic
Is this what Peter Parker told you?
No, it's...
Hey, Steve, if you want to check your inbox, they just sent you an article about why showering is bad for you.
Thank you, Rev.
Now I got to read this.
Yeah, read it. Now, I'm so sorry if you want to read. And, you know what? Maybe if you live out in the environment. It's the thing. We do things society has told us to do that may not be the greatest for us, and we don't realize that over the years we've been told things that might not be the best for us.
Well, we know somebody who doesn't really shower. They just rinse off, and they just reek, and they do not look or smell clean. And it's just like, okay, that's not right either.
I don't know what to tell you about that person.
Someone says, guys, did you just turn into The View? I think, yes, we did.
Yeah, we did. Is someone going to listen? Am I Elizabeth Hasselbeck or you?
I don't know, but when the mics come off, I'm going to start cursing.
Yes.
Well, what part of your body do you wash first? Because that's in
my boys, clearly.
Really?
Isn't that what everybody does?
Well, that's always the man wash.
I wash my face first.
Yeah.
Oh, no, face is last.
What? But then you've washed your boys, and then you wash your face?
Are you using like a washcloth, like the same washcloth?
Using a loofah, man.
So you're loofahing your boys and then loofahing your face.
And butt, don't forget that.
Do you use like a separate face wash, or do you use the same soap?
The face, I just use soap on my hands, and I just go...
Okay.
Like I motorboat my hands.
All right, so you don't use the loofah for your face?
No, it's a little too abrasive, I feel.
Okay.
Which means if it wasn't as abrasive, he would, and he would do it after his boys and butt. Yeah, so that's...
Dude, you guys realize I'm doing it so much that it's like immaculate. It's clean.
Oh, your boys are immaculate?
Yes.
Okay, then why don't we eat off them?
I was about to...
Go ahead.
There you go, BJ. You just offered that one up.
Yeah. Okay, so body wash or soap?
Body wash.
Body wash.
Yeah, soap got F, dude, because everybody's using... That's what 75% of us are using body wash, and soap used to be the thing when I was growing up. There was no body wash.
Soap is still the thing.
You're in 24%, Rev.
Science says soap makes you scaly.
Oh, here we go with science.
Yeah, send me that
Danny's
article,
being
Danny.
a douche. Don't listen to Danny. Why do you? Did you see even the douche look on his face? And he's trained for under you, Steve. He had that look on his face like he was trolling.
And it's probably easier.
Well, science say your face is cleaner if you wash your boys before you wash your face.
I read that one too.
Yeah. It was in, I think, yourtango.com.
Do they still like wash a kid's mouth out with soap when they swear? I think it'd be easier to just use the body wash.
Gross.
Pour it in their mouth.
Honestly, when I listen to you and Steve together, when you both just come up with the random ideas that come across your head, it weakens the nation, your stupidity. Do you know that, both of you?
No, we're just here to make people feel smarter.
Yeah.
You guys are all idiots except for BJ. I hate to say it. Your skin is like your hair. You don't want to wash it with soap too often. Just got texted in.
I'm not going to talk to you anymore.
I just read a text that agrees with you.
I know, but you're still I look at your face. You still disagree with science. Every time I bring up science, you go, F science.
Science is kiss my ass.
There we go. I think you've proven my point.
Your ass.
Science is going to kick your ass while you want it to kiss your ass.
No,
and Vicky's
so nice.
Vicky's just a contrarian, and I like to use another
That's a good
word.
Point.
Yeah, I would like to call her another contrarian.
I don't think that's actually a word in the dictionary. BJ.
I'm making it a word because it's like basically got Vicky's face next to it.
Do you guys not wash your area? No.
Oh, I totally do. But
When I wash, yes, I wash all parts of my body. That's the other point. What's the point of getting washed if I'm not going to wash everything?
Do you wash the bottom of your feet all the time?
Yes.
Of course I do. That's probably the worst part.
I know, but sometimes I forget that part.
Oh, my God. You are,
I mean, all the
really.
soap kind of comes down, so it breaches at some point, right?
Oh, is that what you're thinking too there?
Actually, I do have a weird OCD that people make fun of me for. I'm totally paranoid ever since watching Knocked Up. I'm really paranoid about pink eye. So anytime I wash stuff, I have actual hand soap in the shower.
What?
So I wash my hands after I wash certain
Oh, like
You
the
wash your
antibacterial
hands?
stuff?
Oh my gosh.
Are you
because
are
I don't want pink eye.
Dude, you are a mess.
I get like an eyelash in my eye and I freak out for hours.
Do you realize your natural body systems will protect you from most crap that you are afraid of? But
Not pink eye.
Scientist said it.
Then why does pink eye exist? My
You're
body
going to
can't-
get once in a while. You are going to get sick, and
don't
it's
want
supposedly
to.
a thing it's a thing in nature. But if you completely inoculate yourself from everything, then you will be weak, and you won't be able to fight anything if you don't want to catch anything.
Look, I work in this studio. It's pretty gross because of, let's be honest, dust. Like, I feel like I got enough antibodies to last me forever.
How about shaving in the shower, Steve?
All the time.
No.
Vicky, do you do like all your shaving in the shower? See, to me, it's like I don't know about that. You like the drain and everything because you're clogging up the drain with all your stuff.
Where are the hairs going otherwise?
Oh, I have what I do is I save him. They're in a jar.
Don't you? If you're not going to use the shower, you're going to use the sink. It's all going down something.
Yeah. And
but I do know that the trap that's in the shower is not as. For some reason, it can get caught more. At least in my place, so that's why I don't do.
How long are your hairs
I was
that
going
you're
to say,
shaving?
I get pretty hairy, but they're pretty short because I trim it up every day.
You say that, Vicky. I don't know.
I am.
I don't know what's happening over
I'm
there.
smooth like a veal cutlet.
What?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
That was a very interesting analogy. Smooth like a veal cutlet.
How smooth is a veal cutlet?
Very smooth,
Apparently
Steve.
very smooth, yeah.
Really? I would see.
I only know them as breaded.
Yeah,
I don't know. I got it from Archer.
I'm just. Oh, is that what he used to say? Of course.
Oh,
you got
Lana
it.
said it.
All right. Well, it is.
Something.
Yeah.
Interesting, huh?
I forgot that
sometimes
line
I'm
from
afraid
Archer.
to also like wash the bottoms of my feet because I'm afraid they'll get too soapy and I might slip when I stand back down.
Don't you have a bath mat?
No.
That happens with
living
me.
dangerously.
I have one of those little foot scrapers, and so when my feet are really nice and soft afterwards, and I go step, I can feel myself sliding.
Do you guys know? You seriously, the both of you speak, and the only people that agree with you, idiots, are you two. Do you understand that you both are in a class by yourself, and it should be
They're in
moron
an echo
island?
chamber right now. They're just bouncing off of each other.
I mean, they're both idiots. It's amazing to me.
We're all
I agree with them.
Thank you.
Yes.
3 out of 5 agree.
Oh, great.
Therefore, you guys are the minority. Go kiss our dirty asses.
wow.
Actually, we shower too much, so
What?
kiss our clean asses.
Well,
clean,
kiss
we're
your
not
veal
dirty.
cutlet asses. How about that?
Oh, mine's not very smooth.
Wow.
This is just. I work here. It's like I got to do something about my life. I really do.
Well, LinkedIn, man.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks for that tip. It's time for listeners on the loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Please, somebody call us. Somebody text us.
Someone wants to know if it's Weed Week.
It feels like it, doesn't it?
Might as well be.
Yeah.
All right. What calls, your texts. We'll take those at 917 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's listeners on the loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Listeners on the loose brought to you by the Shane Company. Whatever you want to talk about, it is all you, man. You get to just decide where this show goes. But do remember, Steve has one rule.
Show some energy and bring it. Otherwise, BJ, gone. And we'll have to say goodbye.
Goodbye, old friend.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Tyler in Puyallup, you are on The Rock.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Morning, Tyler. What you got for us today, buddy?
So I had a question for you. I was wondering what your biggest mistake or something that went wrong in your adulthood. Like, what was your biggest, how do I word it? What did you have to learn the hard way?
Oh, right. Okay, because you always hear parents say...
adult life, though.
Yeah, so parents will always say, I don't want you to have to learn the hard way, but every once in a while, there is some things that, we probably should have listened to somebody else.
So what's something that comes to your mind, first thing that you had to learn the hard way?
Yeah, they told me not to work with Steve. That was really the first
should have listened. Listening to people, I would say, when it comes to money.
Oh, good one.
I remember when I finally got a bump in pay at an old job, and I was able to afford to not have to be an apartment manager, and I can afford to live, and I pay bills and all that good crap. And you need to buy a house, right? You got to buy a house, and I was like, okay, I'll buy a house. It was in the middle of all the crazy house buying market when you're paying way more money than you should, and I did it, and they're like, this is the one thing. It's a sure bet. You'll never lose money with a house, and this is before the economy crashed. As soon as I buy the house, the economy crashes, and now I got a house, and I was upside down in it, and I had to go through a short sale. It was a big mess just to finally get out of that. And if I would have just not listened and not bought a house at that time, That would have been nice.
Yeah.
So now I just don't take. I mean, I obviously take everybody's advice when it comes to money with a grain of salt. But some people have great advice when it comes to money. But more often than not, people are telling you how to do things, and they don't even know what the hell they're talking about.
That's the key. Is you have to make sure that they have the resume to be talking to you about that subject, because if their credibility is low, you shouldn't be listening to them, even if they are an adult, an uncle, or whatever. You go, you don't know. What are you? You got nothing to show that you know this.
Whenever they try and tell me anything since then, I just look at them and I just look at them in my head. I'm like, you're a moron. Go F yourself. That's what I think the entire time.
See, mine's similar to that, but it's more along the lines of don't just rely on one person's advice, even if they're an expert. It doesn't hurt to get a second opinion.
Oh, good one, Vic.
Because I was going through this lady, and I'm like, okay, what do I have to do to buy a house? And she was listing off all these crazy things that I couldn't accomplish. And I just put off buying a house for like a year or two. And then later I talked to someone else. They're like, no, you can do this now. We can figure out like a plan for you, and this can happen in a short amount of time. And if I would have just, went with my gut and talked to somebody else, I feel like this lady was just trying to get the most out of her sale and commission, whatever, that she didn't care how much it affected me.
Somebody told me that when you're getting advice from somebody, if it's only from one person, it becomes a yes or no. Either yes, I agree with you, or no, I don't agree with you. But when it is getting it from a bunch of people, then you get multiple choice, and you're not saying yes or no to anybody. You are choosing from what feels right to you. So getting advice from as many people as possible, who, like Steve said, know what they're talking about. Yeah, that's good stuff. Yeah. Let's go to Michael in Seattle, 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Michael, you are on the Rock.
You were talking recently about things that have disappeared since when you were young.
Yeah, man. When you're, I see you and I are in the same demographic, so there's a lot of stuff that you and I grew up with that not here no more. How about you?
My first job, I was a key punch operator, which, as far as I know, is no longer done anywhere in the world.
The key punch cards is how that's how they got a lot of computer stuff to work, is they worked on key punch cards. Is that what you're talking about?
You write it, I punch it.
Yeah, I mean, because you remember those cards with all the holes in them, those horizontal cards, Steve, that had all those holes that light could pass through. And they used to have to throw those in computers to get the computers to do what you want.
Jeez, holy smokes, yeah. I forgot all about that.
A quick question before I go?
Go for it.
Okay. I used to think it was a myth, but I swear almost every woman I ever dated has owned a little black dress. What's with that?
A little what?
A little black dress. Every woman has one because it's always going to be flattering. You can mix it with a bunch of different stuff, and it can work for any occasion.
Actually,
it's just an essential.
So actually, it's
I just think it accentuates my legs. That's why I have mine in a black dress. Yes.
Especially when you wear those fishnets, dude.
Oh dear.
Hot.
Oh, interesting. You know what? I would have thought that's a weird thing for him to notice, but as it turns out, that's a thing. Like every woman you know does have one.
That's the common thing.
Sarah, do you have a little black dress? Oh, thumbs up.
Yeah.
All right. What's an essential thing that all guys should have? Like that works with everything.
Underwear,
underpants. Yeah.
Okay,
beer.
Danny, shut up.
You don't wear beer, Danny.
Here's the thing that you have to wear.
A suit. Every guy should own some kind of suit so that they can be ready for a funeral.
I was just going to say like a dress shirt. But yeah,
for a funeral?
Dude, I'll tell you why. I got buddies that all I ever see them in his T-shirts. It's the gamers wear.
Yeah.
And one of our friends, he recently had somebody pass away in his life, and so we went to the funeral. And I wondered, I'm going to see how these guys are. I've never seen them dressed up. Do they even own anything? And you know what? Like true guys, they all had at least. And the one guy said, "This is my one suit." He goes, "This is the only one that I got." But at least he had one, and he looked respectable.
All right.
I mean, just as a girl, if you're going to have one suit, make sure it's well tailored. Because nothing looks sloppier than just a suit that doesn't fit you right.
Yeah, for a guy, you can kind of get away with it.
But I mean, if you're wearing a jacket that's too big, like the sleeves are too long or too short, and the pants looks weird, it just negates the fact that you're wearing a suit.
Hopefully, you got it tailored. If you go to any kind of place, they'll at least make sure that your sleeves don't look weird.
I mean, I have a suit.
You don't have a suit? Yes, you do.
I have two suits, and I'm positive they don't fit anymore.
Oh yeah, you've gone through a transformation. So
and I don't even think, as far as fashion wise, I don't even think they're the right look anymore.
Oh, you're probably right. You count the buttons, and that's how you know on a jacket.
Oh, I was just thinking in general, like everything's more slim fit now.
Yeah,
as opposed to how I feel like I would just look like I'm swimming in this big.
It would look like a zoot suit for you, dude.
So I mean, I will get it when the day comes that I need to have a suit. I will buy a new suit. And I'm just not going to go buy one just for the sake of having one.
I have one, and I think the last time I wore it was for the Samara Mariners ball. That's why I got it, because I didn't really like you, Steve. I'd lost a lot of weight, and I was like, I don't have a suit that fits anymore, so I had to go out and get one, and I got a black one. Black can pretty much go with almost anything.
Yeah, there was like a wedding, and I liked this suit. It was really nice, and I got a good deal on it because I went to the rack, which I was pretty pumped about. But I'm positive it doesn't fit right anymore.
Do you even need suits for weddings anymore?
No.
I think it's funeral. That's why I said funerals. I think that really, because you got to wear black at a funeral, and usually at that point it's like, well, I got the black pants and the black. Might as well just get a black suit at this point.
As long as you have a nice button-up shirt. Sometimes you don't even need a tie when you go to a wedding.
Nobody's wearing ties anymore.
Most weddings I go to, the only people that wear a suit or a tie are the people that are in the party, in the groomsmen.
I think you show
that like you're just wearing, as long as you tuck in the shirt, I think that's just a nice sign.
Even if you look at like our sales department, they all dress nice, but they're not in a full piece suit.
No, you're right, Vicky. A lot of them don't even wear ties anymore. And I go by, like the big guys around the office, and I started noticing that trend that, wow, they're not wearing ties anymore. They still wear a nice button-up shirt that a tie would go with, but very rarely. I think if they have like a big meeting, like if somebody in town's coming in, but even like the biggest of the big, the last time I saw him, like one of our VPs, he didn't have a tie.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember the last time I saw a lot of people here at work. It used to be, though, everyone was rocking suits.
Yeah, not anymore.
All right, random question. This came to mind the other day when it comes to your bosses. When was I was watching a TV show.
When was the last time I had sex with my boss?
Yes.
5 minutes ago.
This afternoon it's going to happen.
That's right, baby.
Wow, sooner than I thought.
Yeah.
No, I see in TV shows they refer to their bosses as Mr. Smith or Mr. Johnson or whatever.
Yeah.
When was the last time you heard anybody call their boss by their last name, like Mr. whatever?
Ooh.
Like nobody does that anymore.
Well, see, we're in a weird business, so it's hard to know.
I don't want to start doing that now. I think I'm going to call everybody by that.
Please
do. Mr. V.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Hair Club.
Mr. Enfuego.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Mr.
B.
Miss Barcelona.
Miss B.
Mr. Shea.
Are you saying that you're still hearing people do that, or is it on TV?
I saw it on TV, but I realized we don't do that. Like, who do we call Mr. or Mrs. that isn't like an older person? Like, I might call like my older neighbor.
Up until about 3 years ago. Because I remember it stopped. Because every Sunday during Red Sox broadcast games, or they'll let the kids come on TV and announce the starting lineups.
That's cool.
And the kids would have to say, and now batting, it's Mr., and they would say, like, Mr. Mookie Betts. And I was like, really, Boston? Who the hell would, no one ever calls him Mr. Mookie Betts, but the kids used to say that. They just stopped that practice about maybe 3 years ago, but they were still doing it. The New York Times still will call people Mr. in the articles. If you go, well, you know what?
Weird.
Mr. Depp was having problems with his wife, Ms. Slapolini, and it'd be like, Mr. Depp. But there's still some formality that I think maybe, I don't know, I don't think we need it anymore.
Fair.
Somebody says, I'm 45, I do not wear a suit, I never have and never will, and I don't do weddings or funerals.
See, I was thinking about that. I don't think I would wear a suit to a funeral.
Really?
No, I would wear black jeans and maybe like a button-up black shirt. But if I showed up in a suit, I feel like that would just be so out of character for me. Like,
yeah, it doesn't. But it's not about you.
Well, I know, but I don't think people would care.
It depends on the funeral. I think it depends on like the relation you have to the person.
I'd get up out of the casket and slap you. I'd be like, "This is my funeral, Danny. What the hell are you doing?"
Because when my grandfather passed, and also my uncle, I made sure we all wore suits.
Yeah.
But like I've been to some funerals where it's, as long as I wore something, I was like just black slacks and a black shirt. Obviously, you don't want to wear very colorful stuff.
Yeah.
Not that I have many colorful.
Yeah, it wouldn't be disrespectful, but I don't think that my grandpa would care.
Rave outfits?
Yeah.
I don't think my grandpa would care if I wore a suit.
It's not so much for the grandfather. It's not the one that's passed away. You got to know the vibe of the people that are the survivors, if you will. And like Steve said, I mean, and maybe it's an East Coast thing, because in the Northeast, you cannot look like an idiot at a funeral. In
the Northwest, as long as you don't wear Birkenstocks, that's dressing up.
Or you wear black socks with a Birkenstocks.
Yes, that's respectful.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
But another reason to have a suit is that some girls are really into like a man in uniform, policeman, fireman, army men. Some girls just swoon, my best friend included, over a guy in like a proper fitting suit. It is like porn to us. Whenever I see a guy dressed up, I'm sitting there like, oh God.
What's it like, Barney from what the hell is the show?
How I Met Your Mother?
How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
Suit up.
Yes.
Clothes make the man. I mean, it is. You're right, Vicky. It is, because you don't normally see a dude look that way. And frankly, he looks well put together. And especially if you're a guy like me, the better clothes I wear, the better shot I have at looking good. Because, some people can just, run around like Danny and look how he looks and it's okay. But me, I need help.
I always love, though, women loves a man in uniform, but it depends on the uniform. It's not like if I all of a sudden went to the club dressed as an employee of Target, people are going to be like, dude, Dude, check that dude out.
That red shirt. That red vest, dude. The Walmart vest. How about the blue vest? You'd be looking hot.
You know what I mean, though? It's like, of course, firefighter, police officers, masculine things, but not everything in uniform.
My janitor's uniform ain't going to get some action?
Right.
Sure.
What about security guard?
No.
Come on.
Only if he's on a Segway, then otherwise no deal.
Come on, Paul Blart. You're looking hot. All right. It is Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You be guiding this show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. More of your calls, more of your texts at 933 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's the Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. Let's go to Cheyenne, who's calling all the way from South Dakota. Hey, Cheyenne, welcome to The Rock.
Hey, what's up?
Are you listening online or on our app?
I would have to go with the Echo right now, actually.
Oh, that's cool. And don't forget, man, if you just ask Alexa to play KISW, boom, you can hear us. Also, radio.com, the app, radio.com as well. Good way to get The Rock anywhere in the fine United States. What you got for us, Cheyenne?
Well, real quick, a couple of things, but real quick, you guys do a damn good show, man. It's worth getting up out here to listen to you guys all the way, from South Dakota. So,
well, thank you, bro. Appreciate that. Thank you.
I used to intern at a rock station similar to KISW out here, and you guys were talking about pocket dialing earlier.
Yeah.
And one time we were taking calls, and there was a call that came in that at first was nothing but F-bombs, and then after that, all you could hear was peeing.
Oi, oi, oi.
Yeah, and it was like... We couldn't use it on air, of course, but it was probably one of the funniest things I heard while working there.
So was the guy having a hard time in the bathroom? Is it sort of like, sometimes if you're dropping F-bombs, maybe because, as you get older, sometimes it's not easy to do what nature wants you to do.
Well, honestly, it seemed like he was having an argument with his girlfriend.
Oh, nice.
So he was pissed off more than one.
Yeah, there you go. That's America right there. That's
America.
See, that's a great butt dial. It's not about you, but you get to be eavesdropping on somebody else's drama. And also, you get to hear nature in action.
Totally.
That's awesome. Appreciate you listening, Cheyenne. Thank you, man.
Somebody says I meant one time to send a D-pic to my current girlfriend. I actually sent it to my ex-girlfriend's mom.
Whoa.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
I wonder what the response was.
You got to be so careful now. I was listening to the men's room yesterday, and because the people don't understand how sharing on the phone works, and this one woman called in and said she had to have a conversation with her father saying all the porn pics you're uploading go to it's shared to everybody's phone and everybody's device.
Oh no!
And she had to have that the uncomfortable conversation with her dad about that.
Oh.
And then he finally said, because she said there's a special place where you can hide those pictures and no one will ever see them. And then he said, and how do you know about this technology? And then she realized, okay, this is going to be an uncomfortable conversation for me now.
Gotta dime myself out on this one.
Your buddy, all the way from Lacey, the Interstate Hauler's on the line, Steve.
All right.
Hey, La Hauler, you're on the Rock, buddy.
What's going on, BJ?
What's going on, buddy? What you got for us?
My boy, Stu.
That's right.
Hey, man, I gotta ask you. I know you're a Red Sox fan, BJ. I love you to death, brother. But damn, how about our frickin' Mariners, boy? Woo!
Yeah, and the Red Sox lost again yesterday. Yeah, I mean it is.
Hey, no,
it is really wild.
Ask you, I mean, if you'd have bet the world, would you even think in the first 13 games the Mariners would not only be doing this good, they lead the major league in the most home runs. They're doubling everybody in the amount of runs scored. They're only one of two teams that have scored an average of 6 runs or more in their first 13 games. Our starters are 9-0 in the last 14 games. D. Gordon, he's leading the league. He's leading the league.
You're reading the laundry. You're reading the laundry list of why it's awesome right now to be a Mariners fan, Hauler. And yes, nobody would have predicted this because of the fact that even Mariners management said, look, this will be a step back year. We're regrouping. We want to build something for the future. And it's the Yankees said something similar a couple of years ago when they made almost made the World Series, but the Astros beat them. Look, I don't know what it's going to look like. All the pundits say that this is not sustainable. And usually offense like this is not sustainable as you got injuries that happen and also the heat of the summer. And, you got 4 or 5 months of that playing time on the legs of these players. So, yeah, right now it's really, really fun. So, yeah, will it be like this? Probably not. Will they be in contention? Well, I don't know anymore. Baseball is such a game of adjustments that the Mariners may have some stuff, and they may have learned some stuff that we don't know about that they're applying that may be sustainable. They may be able to go out there and attack teams strategically in a way that teams will not be able to figure out, to the point where the Mariners might be actually in contention for a while. That's what I love about baseball. There's so much that goes on that people don't know, that this could be the real deal for a lot of reasons. But, yeah, offensively, it's so much fun because we never see this. I mean, we've never seen a Mariners team like this because of the fact that usually, the ball doesn't carry so well.
It's crazy just to look at their run scored, and it's just like they're just head and shoulders. Granted, they've played more games than some of these teams, but still, I mean, they're in triple digits already when most teams aren't. So it's pretty awesome to see that they're that powerful. And they're on pace to over 130 wins this season, man. I think it's going to happen.
And, the funny thing is, Steve, is, like the guy for the Red Sox, they had their World Series rings presentation yesterday. So it was
I heard their rings are nice. I didn't see them, but I heard they're really nice.
They really are. It's pretty awesome.
I want to see these.
Yeah, and look, that's a lot of fun. But Chris Sale got his ass kicked again yesterday. I mean, not so horrible, but it's like that guy is supposed to be a guy. He's not hurt, and he's like, I don't know what's wrong with me. And so this is baseball, Meanwhile, Felix maybe, he wasn't, he had a stomach, whatever. But
he has not lost this season, BJ.
I know. Plus you said that kid that came out of the bullpen, he's had 2 saves in a row.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking at the Red Sox championship ring. Those are pretty sweet.
Aren't they something?
I mean, minus the Red Sox logo. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. And so, I wouldn't have thought it, but honestly, I have no idea what the Mariners are doing, except that they have a great approach at the plate. And I hear other people talk about the fact that they're patient and they attack the zone when it's time. That is a really good quality for any team that's successful, is if they can be patient at the plate. And the Mariners are doing that. Plus, they're also, and they're hitting the ball when they're supposed to be. It's pretty amazing. I dig it. I'm excited because we never expected to be excited this time of year.
No, when the general manager's like, this is a couple steps back to take some future steps forward, you're like, okay, it's going to be that season. I'm still going to root for the team. I'm still going to hope that there's some, moments of coolness happening. But to start this way, I don't know what the hell's going to happen as the season goes on. But it's been a fun ride so far, and it's been exciting just to watch this team. They're a fun team to watch.
And what I will tell you is that you're seeing the future. Mm-hmm. This could be what the team will be more consistently. I don't know about him. I mean,
maybe not him, but still, he's hitting home runs, man.
Yeah, that's the idea, is that you're starting to see something special start now, and stick on board, stay on board, have a good time no matter what happens this season, because this could be something that you'll see all season long in a couple of years. If not this year, I'm not saying it can't happen. I mean, I'm surprised. I don't know what to tell you about it.
Someone just texted, since Steve's going to be with a bunch of rock stars this weekend, what are you looking most forward to? That's right. Starting tomorrow, going to be playing 3 shows with Steel Panther, my band, Bruiser Brody.
How cool is that the story of how you were asked to open up for Steel Panther, you guys going on tour like pretty much for the first time, right, as a band?
Well, I mean, it's just 3 nights in Vancouver, but it's our pretend Vancouver tour, so sure, yes. Dude, the whole backstory about this is pretty insane. It all started thanks to a tweet and the fact that Matt Koch, our overnight guy, was on Twitter. Had that not happened, none of this would have happened. I'll give you an abbreviated version, but Matt Koch does overnights. He was on Twitter. He noticed Stick Zadinia, who's the drummer of Steel Panther.
Of course it is.
His birth-given name.
Yeah.
He just said something about how much he loved Second Coming, the Seattle band that was around for a while. Great band. And Matt's like, hey, if you like Steel Panther, if you like Second Coming, you should check out Bruiser Brody. Travis, the frontman of Second Coming, is now the singer of Bruiser Brody. Apparently, he checked them out and started tweeting me. Somehow figured out that I was the drummer. Started tweeting me during Thanksgiving week saying, hey, what are you guys up to? I'm loving your band. Are you touring? Are you doing anything? You have a record coming out? So then we started talking on Thanksgiving of all days. And I'm in New York. And I'm like, this is very surreal, having a conversation. And long story short, ended up locking in 3 nights in Vancouver because he just wanted to see us live, the drummer of Steel Panther. So he put us on the show so that we could play with those guys and he could check us out live and have a good time with us.
How fun is that? So you guys will be living the rock and roll life the next 3 days.
The next 3 days, we're going to be playing at the Commodore Ballroom in Vancouver. Thursday, tomorrow night show. There's still some very little tickets left. Friday and Saturday are already sold out, which is going to be a blast for us to be able to, we got an Airbnb, so that's going to be fun. All of us staying in one place.
Party!
Our buddy Levi by Lion from Lion Pride Music. He's going to be taking the bus, so we're going to be
nice.
We're going to be rolling in style, which is going to be a lot of fun.
Very cool.
He's going to be hanging with us as well, so that's going to be a blast. Levi's always a great dude. And then someone just texted in also saying, I was listening to the Migscast. Did they approve the rotisserie chicken? So
what's going on with the rotisserie chicken?
So they send us all this stuff. You don't realize this, but when you're playing in another country, you got all this immigration paperwork that we had to send in and all this other stuff.
Right.
That way, at least when we go to the border, it's not a nightmare because we're a band showing up to their country with a big, trailer of gear. So at least now they know that we're coming and there's all this paperwork and stuff. And one of the things they asked for, though, is what do you want on your rider? At the Commodore.
Oh, yeah, we've heard about that. Riders where you get the green M&Ms, that kind of thing.
So we're like, we got to put together a rider. So we put together one, and we joked about it on the Migscast. We're like, I wonder if any of this stuff's going to be shot down. So this is what we have on our rider. We kept it, I thought, modest.
Okay.
But some of it is kind of ridiculous, but we wanted a deli tray with condiments.
Okay.
A veggie tray.
All right.
Beer.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Jack Daniels.
Nice.
A loaf of bread. Energy drinks. Peanut butter. Bananas. Bagels. Cream cheese. Towels. And a rotisserie chicken. For those roasted chickens.
So none of this is to check to see if anyone's done the rider, because that's what the green M&M stories were always about, to see if they actually paid attention to it at all.
No, we're just trying to save money on lunch and breakfast, so we wanted to get enough stuff on the rider so we could bring it back to our place and eat it later on.
Yeah, I'm glad. Well, when you got the deli platter and everything, I'm glad somebody finally realized, hey, let's get a loaf of bread. That way we have a nice sandwich.
Yeah, right.
Right, you can make sandwiches. Then you got bagel and cream cheese. You have breakfast.
Okay, you got that covered. You got Jack Daniels, which of course is good for the cereal.
And lunch and dinner.
Yeah, of course.
And then beer.
Yeah.
And beer.
Well, beer, of course, yeah. You need something to wash it all down with.
Hopefully I'll be able to spend some time with the guys in Steel Panther and maybe do some chat with them, because they're always funny.
Yeah.
And get some stuff recorded.
What a great compliment, dude. Seriously. I mean, these guys are a touring band and they said, open up for us. That, bands are really particular about who they want to open up for them a lot. And
or sometimes bands have to pay in order to open up for certain bands. Like that's a thing. Hey, you want the exposure, you got to pay to be able to be a part of it. So the fact that this worked the way that it did is very unheard of these days.
Well, I'm happy for you guys, because the only shows I've ever go to, really the only shows I've seen in the last 20 years are you guys.
The best part was the Commodore on their Facebook page. Originally, they posted, opening act now announced, and it's going to be this band Bruiser Brody, but they tagged the wrestler Facebook page for Bruiser Brody. So then there was this thread on their Facebook page of, why is a dead wrestler opening up for Steel Panther? It was very confusing. So eventually they fixed it, and they're like, oh, okay, it's an actual band, not a dead wrestler. That's opening. Yeah, because that would have been weird.
That would have been very weird. I mean, I still would. I would like to see how that show would be. All right, we got a question right now for you. Why would a man who owns an $8 million private island steal from Kmart? I'm going to tell you why at 9:49 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. A 59-year-old man named Andrew lives in the Florida Keys, and he's got dough, baby. Last month, he bought a private island with a huge estate for $8 million. And he also owns a 12-bedroom mansion that was used for the 17th season of The Real World in 2006.
What?
Even though he has plenty of dough, he got himself arrested on Saturday for trying to steal $300 worth of stuff from Kmart. This is a guy that owns an $8 million island. Got arrested for stealing stuff from Kmart.
Did they list what he was trying to steal? Was it like condoms? People are embarrassed to buy condoms.
2 coffee makers, 8 light bulbs, and a bed skirt.
See? I told you light bulbs are expensive, even for millionaires.
Yeah, you're right. Wow. He claims he didn't do it, and someone else must have switched out the products, and that he didn't know. Yeah, and he's facing a felony grand theft charge. Are you serious, dude?
Well, I mean, his argument, he's, I own an island. Why would I steal all this stuff?
It's a good argument, and that's why I believe he did it.
Oh.
Cheats is in. He's got Ryan Castle. Actually, he's in for Ryan Castle. He's got Ryan Castle hostage
in the basement.
Wow. Somebody let him out. He's got a 12-pack up next.
BJ and Migs play of the day.
I can influence people to watch porn.
Yeah.
Yes! You can be a porn reviewer.
Why do you guys think that this is... Look at him. He thinks, this is a job. I can do this.
We can make it a job.
Honestly, the two of you, really.
What? Bill Gates and Paul Allen didn't have Microsoft. They just made it, and then they became giant Rich people.
Wow. That's a great business plan.
rich what?
Even your own brain is going to shut up. This isn't making no sense.
I was at a point of no return.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Here's another question from a listener. I have a mountain of credit card bills and consumer debt. Can I still keep my house if I file bankruptcy?
Yes, you almost always can keep your home and your house, your car in a bankruptcy. Depending on what type of bankruptcy you file, would depend on whether or not, for example, you can keep your vehicles if you have payments on them still. You can almost always keep your home if you're current on the payments on your home, even in full bankruptcy. In Chapter 13, you can also keep those items. If you're behind on your house, you could catch your house payments up in a Chapter 13, take off a second mortgage in a Chapter 13. So keeping your primary assets like a home and car is almost always possible in bankruptcy.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. And thanks for listening.
Keeping up with the flood of news every single day can be quite stressful. There is climate change happening. There's the pandemic, labor movements, Nicki Minaj's cousin's friend. Hi, I am Gideon Resnick, host of Crooked Media's What a Day. Each week, Travelle Anderson, Priyanka Arabindi, Josie Duffy Rice, and I are going to break down the biggest news stories of the day in a way that hopefully doesn't always make you want to cry. New episodes of What a Day drop every weekday at 5 a.m. Eastern. Listen on Odyssey, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.